everyone. Welcome to Weekend Project. Welcome everyone. We are working on the Get to Know My Neighborhood every other week project we've been doing, though unfortunately because of Hurricane Fiona and circumstances afterwards with no internet, we couldn't do the one we're trying to catch up on. So we're going to have to catch up on one somewhere down the line, but we're working on one today. So we had, once we had the pond, we had a pond, but then we had a backhoe come in and make it a little bit bigger for, not a little bit bigger, quite a lot bigger for it, and much deeper, as we want to be able to have fish in there in the future. So shortly after that, both Marcus and I noticed we had a visitor, and I'd seen it fly in, and I got up from the table and I watched it, and he landed right next to the pond and was hanging out there. So he didn't stay very long, but I know we will be seeing them again. And it was so lovely to see a blue heron on our property hanging out. I'm hoping he's not going to get all our fish, but you know, it's okay. Nature's nature. We wanted it to be an inviting place for nature to come and hang out and live and grow. So this is the block to represent that feller. So just wanted to do a quick little review of the blocks that we have done so far. This is actually block 17. So I will just, unfortunately my blocks got mixed up, so, and there is 2 of these, so if you know the rules and you've been following along for the past 17 blocks, you know what you have to do, which is leave a comment below so you can be put into the draw to win one of these completed 25 block set from the Get to Know My Neighborhood project that will be given to you, and then I get to keep the other one. So here we'll just do a quick little review of the ones we got so far. Okay, the lighthouse. The lighthouse actually represents, well, to me anyways, is my visit with, or Allison's visit up with us. Okay, and then lobster season, the lobster shack. So much fun. And then we've got our birdhouses. Ooh, that one seems like it could be a little reset. We may have to rethink this thought about just the heat and press bond of all this, but I swear it's going to be quilted to death. Got plans for it. And there's the eagles that we saw when Pop and I were up for a day adventure. They were flying in the air so beautifully. And then there's a set of houses in New Glasgow that are all just like this, and they're just beautiful. And of course, when we first got here, it was just the trees and trees aplenty. So we just had to represent that. And some cute houses that have around here, very cottagey sort of. The new buds on the oak tree, the big oak tree in front of our house, was actually stunning. Obviously, the spring of flowers. The boats in the harbor, the lovely bumblebees and honey from local farms, the cows. The cows are back only for a couple weeks, and then they're going back up into the other part. Oh, that was the extra one we did, into the northern part of the farm. And then our hummingbird that we had in the shop, actually, I had to get the boys to come help me get that one out from the shop. It took us quite a few. And then the bridge that burnt down, unfortunately, but there's lovely representation of it. The beach and the beach side and the water as you're looking towards Prince Edward Island. The lovely, cheery, very chatty birds as it was coming into spring and summer. The more than, I think it was 200 something. Anyways, it's the log church. And then, of course, our lovely chickens. So that's what we have done so far. Happy, proud, excited. I'm kind of sad it's kind of coming to, and I'm putting it all to an end. But we got some peeling to do and some setting to do. So we're going to pretty much set our block up just like this one here. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So hopefully everybody's been good. And if you had to deal with any one of those hurricanes, whether it was Fiona or Ian or any hurricane, that you're okay and your family's okay. And if you did suffer, contact us. I don't know what we can do, but we will try. We will try and help. We're giving people. Okay, I only have 2 things to cut out here. Is some legs and a beak. That's okay. Oh, and I do. Oh, sorry, and the heron and the wing, but I have to heat press that. So I was just trying to get some of my stuff already propped up here. I mean, we should just do one thing at a time. Okay, I have some lovely blue-gray fabric for the heron. I used to call them herrings, and I know that's a fish, but I had to really remind myself it's heron. The bird, long beak, loves fish. And then we'll cut that out. And then I have some lovely, like, it looks like a bit of a scaly fabric, and the way I laid it down as part of the wing, it kind of gives it a bit of a feathery kind of look to it. Okay, so now that we have those there, we're just going to trim them out. Okay. Just a sharp pair of scissors. You want to, at least one that you can come in and get some nice details. You don't have to go as detailed. And I just went and looked for Heron coloring book page, and there's so many that pop up there. There's lots that are actually Zendoodle stuff too. There's, I think, kind of neat. If you really want to be inspired by doing some like free motion thread painting or something like that, just kind of trace one of those out onto some interesting fabric and thread paint it all out. That would be neat. Especially if you use the mix of threads. Okay, now we're just going to cut out the body. So I did the beak and the legs and the the beak, not the beak, the beak, and then the main side feather. So those are the ones that I chose to cut out. You could do even, there's some feathers that are on the back of the head. Oops, sorry. The hairdo, back of the head, and they kind of flip right up, and they're really kind of cool. I just did that with some light lines with the Sharpie marker. So I know you can't see what I'm cutting off screen, but I'm just literally just trimming it right out, okay? Sometimes I get too far prepped on these things, and Pop goes, the video was really short. I'm like, oops. It's like, I just got too prepared. Now I was like, probably underprepared, but that's okay. It is what it is. And this was kind of a tiny piece because it's just the beak, or the bill. Is it a bill or a beak at that point in time? I guess it depends on size. Okay, so that's there. That'll be for the body. Okay, that'll be for the face. Okay, I still have to take the papers off. Okay, and let's grab his legs. And what I did is I left a part attached up here, because that's just, we're going to tuck that up under the body right over there. So it's kept that as a, you know, I made sure the legs were going to constantly space the same distance apart. So so I just came up from there. And then from there, oops, get it. And then when you come up the other side, and I try to utilize all the heat and bond or, you know, sticky foundation stabilizer. Keep it all together. Okay, I'm gonna just cut it. It's gonna look like his legs in the water anyways. Oops, okay. And then these, you just never know what you could be used. That could be for, you know, I don't know, snowman's nose. Okay, so now he's got his legs. Let's start peeling our paper off, and we'll start doing some stacking. It does take time to design it all and get it all into place and make sure you're happy with the positioning of things. And of course you want it to be very similar to the other one that you've got going on, if you're trying to do multiples. I mean, if you're just trying to do one block just to celebrate your neighborhood or get to know your neighborhood. You know, kind of keep them down a little bit like that. And be careful when you are peeling off the paper on like really fragile sections like the neck of the heron, that you're stabilizing. You don't want it just to rip your fabric. If it was really thin, it might do that. Okay, so we want to kind of put it like that. Make sure that top part is just being covered a little bit. Okay, and then we got his wing. But it was so majestic the way it was flying, and the way it was just kind of like patrolling the pond. And it had only been dug for It rained really bad the day afterwards, and then the next day it was really sunny. And that was the day. That was the day they came. He came a looking. It wasn't that full at that point in time, but it did have some. Okay, now we got the beak. Okay, make sure they're almost similar in position. They look pretty good to me. I think I might tweak that up a bit though. Okay, you can always use a little stylus or the tip of your scissors or something like that to make sure that you're happy with fiddling with all the positions, the wing, the beak, the eyes, or any other tiny feathers that you may have had going on. There's one of our birds up here. And then we'll start stacking our trees. I found some lovely batik that had some awesome colors in it and some leaves. And I'm like, that's great to represent the fall change that we have going on here with all those lovely, all the colors. Got peaches and yellows and reds. But I've got more of the yellows and the oranges in this one because I'm going to save more of the fall section for another block. There we go. I'm just trying to make them similar. They don't have to be exactly the same, but I do want them to be similar because I want you to have what I have, and I want you to know I have what you have. Get it? And you have to make sure you're entering your name on every single video, because we're at the end. We're taking that video. And whatever comments, how many comments, one of those people from that comment section gets it added in. So there's going to be 25 people in the end pool to win this quilt project. So make sure. Don't want to miss out. It's been fun, and I love making things for people, and I like sharing stuff. Oh, speaking of sharing things. Tomorrow, Saturday's live stream. It is Thanksgiving weekend here up in Canada, but we will still be here for Saturday, so don't you worry. We're going to have our turkey on Sunday, and we will be putting together the last of, oops, I'm on the wrong side, Vanna. The last of our kaleidoscope, also known as a One Stack Wonder project. We're going to put a mitered border on that, and then we're going to make another one of these totes to give away to you guys. So we're going to give 2 totes away. Let's come hang up. Got to be in the chat to win, though. It's the way it goes. And only on that day and only in live chat. And it's, like I said, Thanksgiving, so we're thankful for you guys and what you give to us, the love and support that you have for us and our family. So we're just trying to share the thanks. So thank you. Thank you. Almost done. Was it so pretty? Okay, all right, and then I had another bird. Oh, there we go. I had 3 birds in this picture. Two flying in the sky and 1 landing majestically at the pond. And it was lovely because this pond has been one of Pop's dreams for a very long time, and it was so nice to be able to help make that come true while he was away. So, and in Fiona's wake, she did fill it up for us. So that was really nice. Though it had some water in it before. I'm not saying it was empty, but it was much fuller. I feel like I'm missing a green tree or something. Did I miss a tree? Feel like I'm missing a tree. 2 or 3. Oh, yeah. Those are all papers. Okay, well, I'm just going to set these guys for now because it looks like I'm missing 2 trees here because I have this one. Looks like I'm missing a dark one, and so I'm going to wait to be able to press those all on because I'm sure I'm going to find it as soon as I say cut. Or stop the camera, because that's what happens. Okay, so I'm happy with these. Just making sure I have you, and then I'm going to set them. I'm going to set them all. Okay. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Put that there. And what we do, and I'm bad at not following my own instructions, is just hold down. Don't try and move back and forth. Okay. You just wanna set it. So these blocks, when all put together, will be quilted heavily. So that's why I wasn't too concerned about the stitches to go around each of the trees or the projects or what have you. It's going to be, I'm going to do a very dense feather stitch, and it's going to go all over the whole thing. So I don't think, I don't think we'll lose any bits in the pieces, and it is just going to be a wall hanging. So, right. And then what you just need to do is you take your little details and you add them with your little beak and your little hair. There, and then you just put a line down the beak and then just some hair with the little Sharpie marker. So that is our Get to Know Our Neighborhood block with the heron that's coming to visit, and I'm sure we'll see much more of him. Take care, everybody. Big hugs to you and your family, and happy Thanksgiving to all you Canadians out there. Big hugs. And if any Americans are celebrating Thanksgiving with us, so I greatly appreciate it. And happy Thanksgiving to you too. Take care, everybody. See you soon.